So now a week later, after we started our pre-sprouting, it's time to get them out. Now, after you open up the little lid, you peel back the cover and you can see the seeds. That's the Delta Louise snow peas. The other peas look quite different. The telephone peas, different variety. They've sprouted at a much different rate. It's very interesting. It has to do with the strength of the seed themselves, as in whether they were saved from a good variety or a strong strain, but also it has to do with how old the seeds are. That it will affect their viability and how quickly they sprout. So these are all differing size peas too. Delta Louise is a semi-dwarf plant. Telephone's actually a large plant, large pea sizes, but very small plant so far. And Greenfeast is a bush plant in this case. So these are just showing the variety that you're going to get. And by pre-sprouting, you get to see, well, has this plant sprouted? Has this seed sprouted? Is it worth putting in the ground? And if it's not, if it hasn't sprouted, then you don't plant it. Simple as that. And there is also a delay in some sprouting. So these are the broad beans. It's a mixed broad bean, so they've crossed with each other. So I grow a scarlet flowered broad bean, which doesn't get many pods, but it does have beautiful flowers that you can eat too. And I've mixed up with a normal white dwarf plant. And also this variety, I've noticed that year I had also had Coburg Long Pod on the Nature Strip garden as well. So I've saved the seeds mixed together, which means that they're no longer able to be separated into the varieties, but they're still quite okay to grow, and there's no drama. You're going to get combinations of growth. So now I'm going to show you what some look like at a more advanced stage. Now these ones I actually found self-seeding in the garden, and I popped them out to show you. And if you leave your plants another few days or another week in the pre-sprouting situation, in the little greenhouse, you will get larger plants like this. So much bigger than something like this. However, it's still quite okay to plant them, even though buying broad bean or any other legume like snow peas or peas, it's not good to buy them as seedlings in potting mix, but pre-sprouted, oddly enough, you can still plant them large and it doesn't seem to be a huge issue. I know that sounds really odd, but it's just something I've observed. This is the most optimal size to plant them. You can see a really strong root that's coming out and a really nice strong green shoot that's indicating it's photosynthesizing, so it knows that it's going to be above ground. This little one knows it's going to be below ground. So you simply plant that into the ground like so. You can also plant it like that if you want to take the root down, but the root will figure out where it's going. It's programmed to grow down. This little shoot is programmed to grow up. So you can simply plant them sideways as you would in the soil normally. That one maybe could go that way. You can take your pick. So root down or sideways, no issue. And with this little beauty, you can plant this so that the shoots are sitting above ground.